Hey guys, and welcome back. So we're gonna jump right into this tutorial. I'm gonna first start off by cleaning my face with this micellar cleansing water and then prepping my eyes with the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream, and I'm just going to prep these eyes. Following up with some BEDSCU facial spray. Now moisturizing, I'm going to be using the In Transit Camera Close-Up. It's like a mask, moisturizer, and primer all in one. So I actually got this in an Ipsy box a while ago, but I'm just using this today. So moving on to the eyebrows. I usually don't like showing my eyebrows on camera, but since this video is so short, I just wanted to include it. Girl, so here I realized that my favorite eyebrow pencil was completely done and I was pissed. I am so mad, but I'm just going to be using my ColourPop Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Black and Brown. My favorite shade to use is Cool Cocoa, just because I like my brows to be a little bit cooler. It's just like Black and Brown, but it's a tad bit lighter. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I do my brows in a full in-depth tutorial, I have a video. I'll link it down below. Make sure you check that out. But I'm just gonna fast forward through this part to show you guys how I do my eyebrows. Moving on to concealer. I love this concealer. This is the Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Warm Sand. And I'm just going to be cleaning my brows and buffing them out. Now I'm just going to use a sponge to just press everything in. Cleaning off the tops of my eyebrows with that excess concealer that I had on my brush. Sometimes I like to do that. Just checking my brows to see if I like them. And then priming with the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer to prime my skin. Putting that in the T-zone area. And I'm just going to prep my lips and get ready for some damage on the eyes. Alright, so I use my LOUISE eyeshadow base in Rumor 3, and now I'm going to be using the ColourPop Honey palette, and it's this gorgeous yellow palette, and I'm taking the shade Buzzkill first and putting that on the outer corner of my eye with a nice fluffy brush, and move into the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour palette in a medium to deep. I'm using the contour shade for the outer corner just to add some depth and dimension to this look. It's really simple. If you don't want to add this shade, you don't have to, but honestly, I enjoyed it with this darker shade. Then I'm going to take the shade Dandy. I love this shadow. It's such a gold, pigmented. It's just amazing. So I'm just using my middle finger to actually pick up that product and then pat it onto my eye, and then also using a brush to, you know, just tweak it up and move it around to how I like it. And I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other eye. So using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, this is a really nice and precise liquid black liner. I'm going to use that to make a really thin wing. And I'm not a pro at wings. So whenever you see me with the wing on, just know it probably took me a good minute to get to that. But yeah, I think the hard part is just getting them even. So I'm just going back with some concealer to clean that up. And then using my eyeliner one more time to just get it to my liking. Cleaning up the other side. And then I just applied a little bit of the AIRSPUN translucent powder just to set that original primer that I put on. Now using my favorite foundation, the SUPERSTAY by Maybelline. SUPERSTAY by Maybelline in the shade 330. And I am buffing that out with a sponge. And I'm just going to fast forward through this part because I don't want it to get a bit redundant. I showed this in all the tutorials that I've done so far, so I just wanted to playing around with different techniques and editing, switching things up a bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna speed through this. Using my LA Girl concealer, this is in the shade Cool Tan. I'm just applying that as my first concealer. My ColourPop No Filter Stick foundation in the shade Dark 190 to contour my face. Then using a brush to contour my nose. Following up with the concealer, I'm going to take my Tarte concealer, Tape Shape concealer in the shade Tan to just go over the concealer that I put down just to brighten it up. And then buffing out that contour. So I've recently been adding the Fenty Truffle Contour after I applied my No Filter foundation stick. I'm gonna blend out my concealer now with a damp sponge, leaving my under eyes for last because that's where I want the most coverage. My good sis Shadendra gave me this sponge, and honestly, I need to get another one because it's really good. I like it better than the Beauty Blender, honestly, and it's way cheaper. I believe she got it from TJ Maxx, so I'll have to go back and find that. No, not TJ Maxx, Nordstrom Rack. Like I said, I'm applying my Fenty Truffle Matchstick to further contour my face. Okay, so now we are baking. I'm taking my Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Banana, of course. Love this powder. And I'm just gonna set all those areas that I applied concealer. Alright, and I'm using that same contour palette. I actually used both of the shades in this palette. I used the contour and the bronzer in this palette, and I like the two together because it just adds a nice warmth. Moving on to eyeliner, I'm using this Julep eye kohl, just using a black gel eyeliner. Using that bronzing shade from the contour palette, I'm just going to buff that out underneath the eyeliner with my Juno & Co sponge, using that flat edge to cut out our contour. And now I'm just going to be knocking off the excess powder. So to make sure that I don't look washed out in that powder, I'm using the Sephora Micro Smooth powder in the shade Tan, buffing that out. Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. Ugh, I remember when I discovered this mascara in high school. So good. I just prepped some lashes that I had from AliExpress with some House of Lashes glue. Sprayed my face again and just pat that bad boy in. Fenty Beauty Cream Blush in Petal Poppin', and I just applied this with my sponge. I really like this application and the shades I've used so far. I bought 3 blushes from her and I like all of them. Now I'm finally putting on my lashes. Using the ColourPop BFF3 lip liner, I'm just going to outline my lips. And now I'm going to take my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline. Then I use my ColourPop lip topper. I use my Anastasia Beverly Hills clear eyebrow gel to set my brows. Using the Fenty 24 Cray Fairy Balm highlighter, I am just applying that to the high points of my face. And also on the brow bone. Okay, so I'm using the Soul Body Glow Oil, and I bought this a while ago, but honestly I haven't even been able to wear it like outside. So I'm just using a e.l.f. stippling brush to bronze up my skin a bit. I felt like, you know, the gold on the eyes and the color of the shirt. I just wanted to play around with this body oil. And yeah, as I'm editing this video, I'm not feeling this lip liner. I don't know, maybe I could have applied it better, or this lip liner could just be too dark for me, but I'm not really feeling it. I would use probably my ColourPop Chi lip liner. It's more closer to my skin tone, but yeah, ignore the lips for this look. I'm not too crazy about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and check out my other videos while you're here.